Alright guys, so I'm just going to take a quick spin in the car really quick. I just changed out the EVAP Purge Valve and the fuel low pressure sensor. So I just want to make sure everything is operating smoothly. I figured I might go up to Mexico's right around the corner, so I might go over there and do a quick pull and see what I'm getting. I just want to make sure that my engine oil temperatures and all that stuff are normal. Engine oil temp is normal because I let it run for a few minutes in the driveway. So yep, looks good. Alright, let's see what we can do here, guys. I'm still in normal mode right now, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to sport. You can probably hear the difference in the tone right away when I switch over to sport mode. This car, with the active exhaust, I'm sure that they pump a little bit of the noise into the cabin here, but a lot of that's just the sound of the exhaust. It really does add a little bit of extra grumble and groan to the note of the exhaust, and you also get some backfiring every once in a while when you're letting off the throttle. I really love how the automatic downshifts when you're going into a stop or whatever. So my best so far on this car is a 13.3 in the quarter mile and a 4.9 in 0 to 60 time. So if I go into track apps here, when I get up to this next stop sign, view clear results, and I'll kind of walk through the whole process of how I do my quarter mile pulls. So, all-time best, 4.9, 13.3 at 106. Alright, so, just so you can see, here's the all-time bests. 13.3, 4.9 is 0 to 60, 2.160 foot time, which is crap. I need to get that better, obviously, but I think that would get better if I had some drag radials. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into driving mode, drag strip mode, hit the OK button. Okay, so now we're in drag strip mode, and I'm going to turn off the advanced track. So I'm going to hold up. Whoops, I hit the wrong switch. Alright, so I'm going to hold up the traction control lever for about 10 seconds, and it goes advanced track off, select OK. So now my advanced track is off. Turn the air conditioner off too, that way I don't get any extra drag on the engine. Alright, so depending on what time of the day it is, this area right here is usually devoid of all traffic, and there's a lot of roads that are just flat, level straightaways, and they go on for at least a half a mile. I know that I can do a quarter mile run in there and still have plenty of room to slow down before the next stoplight, stop sign, or whatever. And seems to be that not a lot of people come down these roads, so once I get up here I can do a pull. So this area right here, okay, we just entered Mexico basically. This area right here is basically just nothing for miles. So got nobody behind me. Alright, So let's walk through the process real quick and do a pull and see what we can get. All right, and stop the car. Now I usually go into S mode so that I can control everything, and then I'll go into my track apps, right, acceleration timer, set it for a quarter mile, do a countdown start, and I'm going to rev it up to about 2,000 RPMs. I'm going to select OK, and I'm going to use the paddle shifters to shift. You can feel that chirping between first and second and third. And we got a car coming, so I want to finish this one really fast. But that was pretty good there. 13.5 at 104. But I lost traction between first and second, and I also lost traction between second and third. So, as you can see, even though the Stop the Hop kit that I put in there is in, and it helps, it does not affect it that much with these tires that I have on. I think it would help a lot more if I had the drag radial, like a Mickey Thompson, or maybe the Nitos or Nitos, however you pronounce that. But right now I've still got the stock Pirelli P0s on the car, and everybody seems to agree that these tires are just not good when it comes to hooking, especially at high RPMs like that. I mean, it's just spins and spins, and it's really bad. So for me, I think what I'm doing, 13.5 is like my average. 13.4, I can get that pretty consistently, and the one time that I got that 13.3, I must have just hooked pretty good. So I'm usually shifting between like 5.8, 6,000 RPMs. I try to shift a little quicker on between first and second, like maybe down to 55 or even a little bit lower than that if I can, to avoid the spinning as much, but it doesn't seem to help all the time. And sometimes you can get it to hook, and sometimes you can just sit there and spin like I just did, and it loses about 0.2 seconds off of the quarter mile pull. So I'm going to do another one really quick here, because this road right here is pretty straight and there's nobody coming. Alright, so let's go acceleration timer, quarter mile, countdown start. Let's go back into S mode, rev it up to about 2,000, and here we go. Again at 104, so seems to be that's what the time I'm getting today consistently, second and third. I'm not spinning as much off the launch though, and that's one of the things that I will say that the Stop the Hop kit did. Before, whenever I would rev it up to about 2,000 RPMs, I would still be spinning by the time I hit about 5,000 RPMs or 5,500 RPMs. So I would have to shift gears, and I barely went anywhere. And then I'm spinning again into a second gear up to about 4,000 RPMs before it starts giving traction, and I'm going anywhere really. So it's I mean, I'm moving forward, but not as much as I could be. You know what I mean? So to me, it just seems like I need some better tires, and that's the reason why I want to wait until I actually get to the drag strip to see what happens before I purchase new tires. Because I want to test it out, and I want to see. I know that the drag strips have like a prepped area, prepped surface. It's a lot more tacky, and they have the burnout box where you can do a burnout beforehand, get your tires heated up. So I'm not doing that here on these roads. I'm just basically, flying around. So maybe it works better. Maybe I'm able to get into the 12s or close to it on the stock tires, which would be a hell of an accomplishment, if you ask me. And if that's the case, then when I get the drag radials on there, I will be doing a little bit better. So, anyways, guys, that's what I got. This is my process here that I've been doing for my quarter mile pulls. So, hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time. Mustang Mods, EcoBoost Garage. Thanks a lot, guys.